Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brick by Brick. This is the podcast that builds community one conversation at a time, brick by brick. I am your host, Brad Critchfield, and today is a little different. We are going to be interviewing the candidates for Lakewood City Council District 2. The election is coming up June 2nd, and this is an opportunity to get to know the candidates so you can make the best informed decision you can. So let's jump in. Go and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is Carlos J. Aguilar. I'm running for Lakewood City Council District 2, and I'm over here at your service, ready for the questions.
Well, thank you for accepting the invite and being here today. So why don't we jump in? Give us a little bit about yourself and why you're running.
Yeah, so I grew up in the area. I've been here since 1999. I grew up doing various sports, cross country, track, wrestling, but I found the most passion for wrestling. It was the closest thing I could do aside from boxing. I boxed in my teenage years. They didn't have it in high school, so I decided to try wrestling as a freshman. Fell in love with it, found a lot of teammates, iron sharpens iron, and kind of grew with them. In fact, a lot of them, the handful of them, including E.B. Atala, and a lot of them still my friends to this day, almost 20 plus years later. After high school, I went and wrestled for Cerritos College because of being financially in a hardship. I couldn't wrestle no more, so I decided to redshirt and just start working from there. I was kind of trying the law enforcement route for a while. I got my bachelor's in criminal justice. I graduated from LASD Sheriff Academy, top of my class, actually within the top 5. Some were marksmanship, some were academic, one was PT, and so forth, but amongst the top 5. And we were in a hiring freeze. They put a lot of the departments on a hire freeze because I think it was 2009-ish, after the economy crashed. So I was like, I can't just wait around, So I went back and decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get my master's degree. If I want to come back to it, then I will. I had my internship at a probation department for about a year. Plenty of friends who were already in law enforcement who were a few years older than I am. One of my best friend's dad was at Torrance PD as a sergeant. So that was my one track at first. But then after graduating with my master's, I wanted to still help the community, but with a different approach. And, I had loans and I decided, I'm going to go to Whittier Law School. I think it's called not a junior doctorate, like a juror doctorate or something like that. I saw there was going to be 50,000 plus a year, about 200,000. And I'm like, I can't keep going to school. It's too much schooling, too much in debt. I still got to pay off these loans. I still got to pay off rent and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start working. I decided to work for the city of La Mirada, and I was there for about 5 years in the Parks and Recs department. It was a great gig. I loved it, did a lot of big special events. In fact, I got 2 good letters of recommendations from that specific job. And as much as I liked it, by the 4th and 5th year, I ended up following the maintenance guy around. I was always curious about what are you doing with the receptacle? Why is the pump making this noise? Why is the filtration system like this? How do we handle this? And so from there, I started taking plumbing, electrical classes, and just continuing on. Eventually, I ended up in the South Bay. I was in facilities for about 8-9 years. In fact, you could look it up online. I still got my certified LA County pool technician's license. I got some other licensing in there, locksmith license, refrigerant, some HVAC, plumbing, and the list goes on. I was just kind of all over the place. But with my master's degree, with a lot of my background like construction, helping friends out with residential stuff, working underneath other friends' licensing, with contractor license, I eventually moved my way to facility supervisor, went with another city. And in the last 3 years, I've been the general manager for another city. I oversee the street department, the street lighting department, fleet department, because we have our own house, vehicles. Mm-hmm. Unlike Lakewood, they subcontract out the LA County Fire and the Sheriff's Department, but we have our in-house PD and, just kind of fire. So I oversee a lot of the vehicles, a lot of the street lighting stuff, everything from 6.6 high voltage areas to stuff with street renovations, constructions, capital improvement projects. And I know about budgets. I know about pulling grants from the city, getting awarded grants, and overseeing plenty of staff, working hand in hand for crises, everything from high winds to potential lockdowns. I'm here with a lot of department heads, with the city manager, with the chief of police. So I've already been in a lot of those meetings the last 3 years. So city government is nothing new. So as of right now, why do I want to be in council? I want to close that gap where I live, where I'm already a stakeholder with friends and family already live.
If you've been in an auto accident, don't get mad, call the pad. Preferred Auto Design is Lakewood's #1 auto body and collision center for a reason. Owner David Ariano runs a first-class shop with honesty, quality, and care you can trust. So remember, you get in an accident, call the pad.
I'm already familiarized with the system, and the reason why I'm running is because I want to bridge the gap where I live, where I'm going to start my own family, where I continue to, thrive. Anytime we go somewhere, I'm like, come to Lakewood, this is the spot, Friends, family, different people I always kind of bring, and we congregate here. Plenty of services, plenty of issues. I've already been, vocal about other things in the past, and I love to see it, based on everything that it has to offer all the residents. And, I've been around it, been on the receiving end of some of these good things, from swimming in Lakewood Aquatics to my siblings going to ILC to all of us going to Mayfair and so forth. And I just want to make right decisions and genuinely help people. I'm not going to tell you one. There's a thing in the Bible that says, Matthew, I think it was 6:3, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So I'm not going to start telling you, I volunteer here, I've done mission trips here, I'm this and this. And I'm not going to start saying all that. But I will say that I have a genuine good reason to truly help people, whether it's for what's happening right here or something else. I really want to help people regardless, and non-paid, like volunteering at other places. And, I really feel that we need more leaders in this society and in this community, and I'm the one for it.
So you've already started walking, canvassing, talking to
Yes,
folks.
sir.
So what are you hearing from residents, and what are you focusing on when you're speaking to them as far as your priorities?
I base it off of my own experiences. I hear everything from there's coyotes. So that's with law enforcement, with animal control, see what's going on, what the policies and procedures are. I hear everything about ADUs. ADUs, I'll give you one. It's I think it's AB 2533, which is something in the state that's mandated that if something has already been built and in place, you can't deny it at a local level. However, there's ways to kind of do it, because I already do it in my city, kind of working hand in hand with zoning laws. I go and I USA with my, with my crew, have them kind of give me the feedback. Does it have the proper line? The Edison has nothing to do with me. However, they go and they do what they got to do. But if you attack things with good research, being diligent, knowing how to approach things, you could better make decisions for the community, such as zoning. You want to keep this a family-oriented, friendly city. You don't want to start putting apartments and liquor stores and stuff all across it, because it's like broken window theory, in law enforcement, which means you see something with a broken window or graffiti, you neglect it, it keeps getting worse. It's snowball effects. So the sooner you approach and the better you are at being proactive and seeing things in advance, the easier it is to make rightful decisions down the line. Everything from law enforcement to parks being trashed, everything from people being afraid of things, everything. In fact, one of the interesting questions, if I want to add a little bit of humor, somebody asked me, what if Lakewood started getting attacked by missiles and stuff like that? What would you do? I'm like, I don't think that's in my hand. I would just pray for you, brother. So there's stuff that is in our control, and there's stuff question? I have. Really? Like, what would you do? We started getting attacked. How would you protect the residents? I'm like, at that point, I just pray, man. Like, if I start seeing missiles over my head, like, what am I gonna do? You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of good, righteous, concerning, issues that need to be looked at, collaborate with other council members, know the policies and procedures of the city, because there's stuff with red tape in every single city, and everything pertains to every city differently. I've been in 3 different cities right now. And if it's meant to be, I'm going to get the role and I'm going to do what's best for the people. If hypothetically I don't get the role, it is what it is. I'm going to keep trying to, advocate and help the community and help other people and so forth regardless. And it just wasn't meant to be. But, the point of this, it's like, I'm here for a certain reason. And, it's all about knowing how to cut through the red tape, how to make decisions, how to know how the city operates, how to know the characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses of each department, and see how one will help you make a better decision than another, and how to collaborate in terms of unity.
What's one issue in Lakewood that you feel doesn't get enough attention?
That's a great question. I feel that safety would be one of them, because it's really knowing exactly how it's being handled, how it's being approached, and maybe ways to inform the public and getting more people kind of involved in terms to, I see a lot of speeding. I see a lot of vandalism. I see a lot of, trash that gets left behind. I see, well, ADs, there's a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's just about being informed with what's going on and knowing how to approach it. I can't give you the answer, like hire more officers to do this more, because it's easy to just kind of give a quick fix. And that's what people can say. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you do that? But you got to look at the budget. You got to look at the capital outlay. You got to see, how much is involved with, the hiring. I got to see, there's a lot of behind the scenes that I'm already doing with my city that, would be applicable here. But I need to be more well informed to truly know. I can't just say, do this or do that.
Right. What's one area you feel that the city of Lakewood is getting it right?
The Parks and Recs department, the all the programming, the 4th of July block parties. The reason why you see so many non-residents here, and I got plenty of friends in Long Beach and Downey and Bellflower and so forth, why they love coming to here is because of the camaraderie. It's because of the friendly neighbors. It's because of the welcoming invite. It's because of the programs that they offer to the people. You see these lines, you see these events, you see the fairs, you see stuff within various departments, and that's the reason why. And I want to keep condoning that. However, we also got to see, is there enough grant funding? Maybe we could try to get more. Just have the analysts look this stuff up and so forth. So I want to keep what's good continuing to happen and keep what needs improvement addressed, So it's kind of a balance. It's all how you look at it in terms of perspective. If you compare yourself to like Irvine, then yeah, we could definitely do a little bit better. If you look at anything from Bell to Huntington Park to Compton to Linwood and so forth, then we're doing better. But it's mostly what we could do best with what we have here.
Right. For somebody still deciding on who to support, what is your message to people that are still deciding? And what's like the one message from you as a candidate and your campaign as you go and talk to folks?
I feel that I come with good intentions. I come with good knowledge, background, experience. I'm already in city government. It's not, I obviously have done real estate on the side, but it's not like I'm just a realtor like, hey, I want to improve the city because I've bought and sold and helped people remodel houses. No, I've already been in different type of cities for the last 15 years. I know how things get pushed, how things are looked at differently, how you kind of convince people, how you do things in terms of the best interests of the residents, how you could get them to campaign and be proactive and get involved in order to truly make decisions happen. It's not just about knocking on someone's door and be like, what do you want done? You write it down. Okay, I'll touch base with you again. No, there's ways to change laws, to change programming, all the way from the state level, all the way down to the local level. I'm here because I care about the people, and I'm going to keep caring about the people regardless of how this goes. If it's meant to be, it is. If it's not, it's not. But, I'm truly here with, I'm passionate. As you can see, I'm getting all hyped up like Eye of the Tiger.
This episode of Brick by Brick is brought to you by Herthy Foods. Go to herthyfoods.com and use promo code BRICK at the checkout and save 50% off your order today. They're the best single ingredient supplements out there at the best price. So go to herthyfoods.com, get a great product while supporting your community podcasts. All right, rapid fire. Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early morning or late night?
Neither.
Favorite place to eat in Lakewood?
Supermax, George's Greek Cafe, Mimi's Cafe.
Beach or mountains?
Beach, unless it's snowboarding season. So selective.
Text or phone call?
Text, too much spams.
Netflix or YouTube?
I don't watch too many shows, but I would say YouTube every now and then.
Apple or Android?
As much as I want to say Android, I'm already locked in. I got the Apple Watch, the Mac, a whole bunch of things. If I could change, I would. But
once you're committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late.
Instagram or TikTok?
I don't have TikTok, and I only have Instagram and Facebook. So stick with what I have.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
In just a couple sentences, what does community mean to you?
It's about joining yourself together with everybody in the community for a common goal, which is infrastructure, which is safety, which is parks and recs, which is small businesses, which is kind of keeping it the friendly, loving city that it is, and allowing more families and generations in domino effect to kind of come up and raise their families in a happy, blissful environment.
And to wrap up, I'm going to have you talk to the camera here, talk to the folks. Why should they vote for you? And then also, where can they find out more information and get involved in the campaign?
Yes, my name is Carlos J. Aguilar, running for Lakewood City Council District 2. I believe my Instagram is Carlos for Lakewood. I'm working on a website right now. I'm here. I'm passionate. I'm experienced. I'm knowledgeable. I've been here 26 years. I coach wrestling. I occasionally help across country. And I'm here at your service as a public servant already. But now I want to apply myself to the city that I live in, city of Lakewood. Residents, I got you. Have a blessed day.
Awesome. Dude, thank you
Pleasure,
for coming
sir.
in. I really do appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Coming in. All right, everybody, thank you for watching Brick by Brick. Make sure you catch the other episodes as well. As always, building community, having these conversations is very important. Being an informed voter and getting to know all the candidates so you can make the best decision come June 2nd. Until next time, keep building community one conversation at a time, brick by brick.